Hi, soon-to-be call center agent. This is Nayumi Cee speaking, and for today's topic, we'll talk about 5 of your requested questions for me to answer. So I'll be answering 5 call center interview questions, and I'll be giving you tips as well for you to nail this question. So as you can see, this is as per request by some of our avid viewers. So I am so sorry, some of the questions in here are actually requested from a long time ago, and this is the only time for me to be able to answer it. But yeah, I'll be answering it today, so please make sure to stick around. Thank you so much. So let's begin. The very first question would be, do you believe customer is always right? So this is a question given to me by Mr. Elvis Martinez. Shout out to you, sir. I hope you'll be able to see this question and answer portion. So yeah, I'll give you tips to nail this question. So there's no such thing as right or wrong answer to this question because this is opinion based. Yeah, and then if I were to ask you in your own point of view, what do you think? Are customers always right? Because you have to choose one. Are they right or are they wrong? And then of course you have to justify your answer. So in my own opinion, if you were to ask me, customers aren't always right. And I'll give you a sample answer so as for you to consider my opinion. But yeah, it still depends on you. If you think that customers are always right, then go ahead and justify your answer. So my sample answer would be, I believe customer isn't always right. Why did I say so? Because I am a customer too. Sometimes I claim myself to be right, then moments later I realized that I'm actually wrong. So to cite an example, when I ordered headphones, I don't know how to make it work. So I chatted the seller claiming that the device is defective. The seller provided me ways to make it work, and later that day, I realized that it's not defective. The only thing is I don't know how to set it up. So with situations like this, it is best to educate the customer in a well-mannered way. Okay, so this is actually a real experience of mine, so pardon me if I am I tend to be right sometimes and I'm actually wrong. So that proves that customers isn't always right all the time, right? So number 2 is, what do you think is the solution to our country's problems? So this is kind of difficult to answer really, but the questions 2 and 3 is coming from Sir Paul Riosa. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this question. And yeah, I'll go ahead and check what are my tips for you to nail this question. So this is another type of opinion-based question. Therefore, there is no right or wrong answer with this one as long as you're able to justify your answer. So you have to observe your current situation. What do you think is lacking? What do you think is the one that needs to be improved? So this may seem like a beauty pageant type of question, but make sure that this is something that's related to the job you're aiming for. So here's a sample answer that you can consider. So there are countless of problems our country is facing right now that needs to be addressed. I think we can solve those problems if the government and its people are working together to fix it. A solution, no matter how concrete it may be, if the other side don't support it, it will be useless. Same goes with working in a company. The employers and employees should work in unity so as to achieve desired results and surpass any challenges, expected or not. Okay, so that's how you can answer this question. Question number 3 is still from Sir Paul Riosa. So his question is, how do you define success? So let's take a look and see my tips for you to nail this question. So yes, we all have our own definition of success. Therefore, you may tell that to your interviewer. Just make sure your definition of success isn't too high to achieve or too small. For example, success is when I become the owner of this company you're working with, or success is when I saw my crush early this morning. So, this might seem true in person, or in reality, this might, this might be true, but when it comes to job hunting, please don't state something like that. But, on the contrary, success can come in simple ways, like waking up in a brand new day or passing your job interview, right? So you can consider it. So here's my sample answer that you can consider. For me, success is when you thrive in certain areas of your life, maybe in your career, love life, and family, because you're passionate in what you're doing, you love the people around you regardless of their flaws, and you enjoy the company and comfort of your family. Of course, there are hardships along the way, and that is part of success too. I believe you won't get to the peak of your success if you haven't encountered mistakes, failures, and rejections along the way. Okay, so that's how you can answer this question. Next question is, describe your mood today. So this question actually came from Mr. Peter Leopardes. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this question as well. So his question is, describe your mood today. So you're the only person who can answer this question, but let me give you my sample answer in case, but first give you tips. So this is asked to know how you're feeling at that time and how you will respond to a surprise question like this. So if you will be asked by this question, you don't have an idea that this is being asked, you'll be surprised, right? So it actually tests how quick you are when it comes to thinking of an answer on the spot. So it's really like a beauty pageant type of question, but this is one way of them checking your vocabulary, because when you're actually answering these types of questions, your answers don't matter. What matters to them is how you deliver your answer, how you pronounce your words, your vocabulary, the level of English that you're giving your interviewer and such. So just be honest with your answer, but don't state one word to explain how you're feeling. Like saying, I am happy today, or I am happy, or just the word happy. Okay, you have to elaborate your answer. And again, this is one way of them checking your vocabulary. How can they check your vocabulary if you will say something like a one-liner or something like happy, I am happy today, something like that. So you know what I mean. Here's a sample answer that you can consider. To be honest, I am a little bit nervous today because this is going to be my very first time to attend a job interview. But I am in an excellent mood right now to answer your questions the best I can. Oh, you see, you can answer that way. Okay, last question. This is actually asked by one of our avid viewers. She is a woman, of course but I forgot her name. I'm so sorry. Because the comment has been a long time already, wasn't able to save it, so pardon me about that, but I'd like to say thank you so much for giving me this question. So here's a sample answer or tips to nail this question. So this may seem harsh, but some people find money as their motivation to continue working in the BPO industry. So if that is the case, you may disregard that idea if you're going to answer this question. So good company, I'm sorry about the background noise. Good company, nice pay, excellent boss, and amazing team can be the best motivation you'll ever get, but I think it doesn't exist. Or if it does, it rarely happens, because you might get a good company but not an excellent boss, might get an amazing team but not a good pay, and such. So if asked, I choose the good people I'm working with as well as my loved ones as my motivation to keep going to work no matter how stressful it can be. And I think you can relate with me and you'll agree with this. So here's my answer to that question. So my main source of motivation as to why I am motivated to work in this kind of industry is because I enjoy working with my team. They're helpful and fun to work with. Of course, my family is one of the reasons why I'm inspired to go to work. None others. None other. So that's it. I hope you're able to get some ideas or tips on how you can nail this question. And I hope and I wish all the best for you. So again, this is Nayumi Cee. Bye for now.